Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Mark, this is Spagavra's Garage, and today what we're gonna do is we're gonna test the performance of the armor shield that we did on here. So the Avalon King Armor Shield 9 that we applied just about 8 days ago onto the Supra. We're gonna test it out today. It hasn't been washed. I took it out on the cruise, so it's got quite a bit of miles. This week it's rained quite a bit, and I was really, I came out here, it was completely overcast, started getting stuff ready, and now as you can see, there's almost no clouds in the sky, but we're still gonna do this. I know that this isn't optimal, you shouldn't really be doing it out in the sun, but we're gonna go ahead and just do it. So what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna fire up the pressure washer, give it a rinse down, then I'm going to do a foam on it. I'm gonna use the Chemical Guys Hydro Suds, which is a ceramic wash. It's got the SiO2 stuff in it so that it'll help with the ceramic. And then we're gonna rinse it off and we're gonna see what the hydrophobic properties look like. Now I will say I have been impressed so far. Like I said, this week it did rain quite a bit, and out driving in the rain, like the car's a little bit dirty because of that. But what I noticed is that I'd stop at a stoplight and the hood would get completely covered in beads, and some of them pretty small, like small little beads there. But then as soon as I started going, the wind, get up to about 40-45 miles an hour, the wind would push it all off, and I'd have almost a completely dry hood. So that was really impressive, and that's with it being pretty dirty. It hasn't been washed yet, hasn't been washed at all since applying the coat, and it's got some grime, some dirt and grime. I mean, if we look down here, you can see just how dirty, how grimy things are. I mean, there's a lot of dirt spots all over there, and if you look at the wheels, I mean, the wheels are definitely dirty, coated in some dirt. You can see all the road crap there. I've got big bug guts. I've got some bugs stuck to the front. So it's going to be important to see how well do the bugs come off. Do they just squirt right off as soon as I hit it with the pressure washer, or do I have to let the shampoo kind of soak and break that down before it'll come off? So that's what we're going to get into. Let's go. All right, so just spraying it off, I'm really impressed with the hydrophobic properties. You can see how well it has beat it up. But really one of the cool things is if you actually take away the pressure and you just have like a higher volume of water coming out, one of the things that you can do that kind of shows it is to put it on and watch how it actually will almost dry the paint. So you've got a whole bunch of beads here. You just take a good flow of water, put it over there, and because of the hydrophobic, it'll actually pull everything off of there. You see how much drier it is right there. Now if we were to do it back here, you can actually watch how this all works. Now where it splashes is where you'll end up with it still collecting, but you know, you could run it right over here and then it's gonna sheet completely off of there. You see how quickly it sheeted. And this is on a dirty car still. It hasn't been washed, nothing's been treated, so or it hasn't been washed, I'll just say that. It hasn't been cleaned off yet. But a lot of the dirt, a lot of the grime has come off. If we look down here, I mean, a lot of the spots that were really dirty look a whole lot more clean right now. Now, the problem is with these beads sitting on here in this sun, it's going to dry on there, so we're gonna move a little bit quickly. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray it down, let the foam sit for a little while, hose it off, get it in the garage, and we'll take a look at it with the air dryer. We'll blow it a little bit, see how that works, and towel it off if need be. All right, so the car is completely covered in foam right now. Gonna let it sit for a few minutes. If it starts to dry up, I'll just shoot it with a little bit more foam so that it gets some time to sit on there, and then I'm just gonna rinse it off. We're not doing any scrubbing. We're not wiping anything down. Even those areas that had bugs, we're not doing anything manual. We're just gonna see how this performs and how it works. All right, so it did a really good job of cleaning up the car. We're gonna try to blow it off, but you can see, I mean, it just beads up on there really, really well. And yeah, the hydrophobic properties are great. Now, the areas where I had those bugs are up here on this area where I actually have a PPF on here. And so the PPF and ceramic don't really work together quite as well as the paint. And it does still bead up and it does still provide the protection, but you can see where the bugs were. There was one there, there was one big one right there, and it's still there. There's still a lot of guts there. So it's gonna take a little bit of work to get those off. Not a big deal though. The rest of the car looks really, really good. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pull it in the garage and I'm actually gonna try using the leaf blower on it. All right, so we're in my garage. I've got it closed up. And just to keep the sun off of it, I've got my leaf blower here. Nothing big, it's just an electric unit. Nothing super, super strong. Let's see how this works for actually blowing off some of the water. All right, so after taking a towel and drying it off, what I did was I used the leaf blower over the entire car, got it fairly dry, and then just took a microfiber cloth and just kind of went over it real light, real quick. There's still a little bit of water on it because I really did it extremely quick, just trying to not take anything else off. But I wanted to show, right now, it looks really clean. Now, there are definitely spots. Let's see. Right here, there was a bug. There was a bug right there. There was either a bug or something right up here on the roof. And those didn't completely come off. Bug was there, some remnants there, some remnants right there. So is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. But with an easy sponge, would have been perfect. What I am absolutely most impressed about are the wheels. I've done nothing to the wheels. All I did, so they have the ceramic coat on them. They were sprayed, wiped off. I didn't even use a towel or anything to dry them. I used the leaf blower, blew them off, but they're fairly clean. Now, are they as clean as they'd be if I detailed them? Absolutely not, but they're pretty good. All right, so final thoughts on the initial application and the initial wash after applying the Armor Shield, the Avalon King Armor Shield 9, is that it works really well. It does exactly as it's supposed to. It is a ceramic coat that makes a really nice, shine on the paint, and it provides a nice hydrophobic and really dust, dirt repellent, protective coating. Makes the maintenance washes a whole lot easier. Now, remember, going into this one was pretty dirty. It had gone through a cruise, it had gone through a week of rain, so it had a lot of stuff on it, and 99% of that stuff came off perfectly. I mean, the side of that car looks absolutely great, and it was covered in road grime. I mean, if you remember down here, it was completely covered, and I've done nothing. I've agitated it in no way. I've done nothing. There's a little bit of water that's dripped off of the mirror, but otherwise looks really, really good, very clean. For an easy to apply DIY ceramic coat, I don't think you can go wrong with this one. It's done really well. So look up Avalon King Armor Shield 9. I didn't get paid to do this. They didn't supply it for me. I bought it. I did it myself. There are some others out there that maybe in a couple of years when this one fades, I'll go with those. But for now, this one's working.